Being a digital nomad sounds like a dream for many. The freedom to be able to work, live from wherever you want is something many dream of. From living in exotic destinations as in Africa to beach towns as Los Cabos, Mexico, where we're currently at. But just because you can live and work anywhere doesn't mean you should. Now look, if I wanted to, I can live year-round here, 12 months out of the year, because I own a social media marketing agency where I make money from working online. I can live from anywhere in the world. But there's a massive reason why I don't live in a beach town or in paradise, even though I could. And the issue rises in environment and how that affects productivity and focus when working. And this is I want to talk a little bit more about the negatives that come with being a digital nomad, especially if you're trying to do something with your life. Like if your goal is just freedom, you don't care if you don't amount to anything in life, your goal is just to I don't care what I do, I just want to live life free and travel every month wherever I want. Okay, then this is not for you. Like don't continue watching. But if your goal is to make something out of yourself, make something out of your life, to be able to take your family to vacation like I did in this vacation, right? I took all my family to Los Cabos. For me, that's more fulfilling. For me, it's more fulfilling to build a big business, to make an impact in this world. And if that's you, then watch this video because I want to talk about the negatives that come with living abroad, I guess, on a schedule of month to month, changing country to country. If you live abroad and maybe your home place, right, for work is like, let's say Brazil, and you're there for like 6-8 months out of the year, that's good. That's good. If you have like a home base, okay, that's my home base. I prefer to live in like a tropical location to work. That's perfectly fine. What I'm talking about is when you take it to extreme, where you want to travel to new countries every freaking weekend or every month, right? Month A, let's go to January, let's go to Spain. February, let's go to, I don't know, Belgium. March, I'm bored of Europe. Let's go to freaking Asia. That's where it becomes the issue because then you can't focus. So I want to talk a little bit more about the downfalls that come with, I guess, living abroad and I guess being a digital nomad. Look, I'm no country bumpkin. I've been to over 40 countries. I've been to every freaking corner of the world. I've been to North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Africa, even the Middle East. Right? I've been everywhere. I've had the privilege to live a digital nomad lifestyle. But the issues I've seen far too often with me and also the buddies I used to do this with is we used to get complacent. We used to earn a couple $1,000s a month, and because we used to live in these countries which have a lower standard of living, right, our purchasing power, since we earned in dollars, could reach far more. We don't push ourselves to make more money because we don't need to make that much money in Asia, right? Because it's so much cheaper than compared to living in the USA, right? Because rent was much cheaper, food was much cheaper. And what does that mean with us? We get lazy. We don't push ourselves to make more money. And what happens? Well, we stagnate. Also, when it comes to living in beach towns, the issues that come with living in a beach town too is that, well, everybody's in vacation mode. Everybody's taking time off. Everybody's drinking their piña coladas, sitting by the beach, getting in the water. Who wants to work in this type of environment? Even if you have great mental strength, maybe you're stoic, nothing distracts you, nothing affects you. But why face an uphill battle? That's the reason I come to these places instead on vacation. Only a couple days out of the year. Yes, I know that if I come here, I might not get work done, but that's the point of a vacation, right? You let loose for a bit. I mean, if I live here year round, well, I don't want to imagine what happens to me. And I know this firsthand because I used to live, for example, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I lived there for a couple months being a digital nomad. Guys, I was not doing anything with my life. I was just partying, drinking, and freaking, oh my God, I don't want to talk about things I was doing over there. So there's a couple different bullet points I have when it comes to the negatives on why you should, I guess, not be a full-time digital nomad. I have my phone out just because my brain's fried right now. I'm on vacation mode. I'm not really in peak mind, right, when it comes to thinking. So I don't have my phone out while I talk about the big reasons you take into consideration why maybe it's not worthwhile being a full-time digital nomad of traveling every freaking month, even if you can. The first thing I want to talk about is vacation mode. Everyone around you is on holiday. If you look around, everybody's really letting loose. Everybody's enjoying the sun, enjoying the water. We have yachts in the background, right? This isn't the ideal environment to be putting in 100-hour work weeks. When you're in this type of environment, you don't want to work. Even if you say you will, you're lying to yourself. You're facing a freaking uphill battle. And this type of environment isn't really productive, right? For focus, for discipline. I know this firsthand. I lived in Brazil. I lived in Rio de Janeiro, right? I lived in a beach town. You think I wanted to work freaking all day? When I was looking out the window and I would see these beautiful Brazilian chicks, right, in hot bikinis. Fuck no, I wanted to be on the beach flirting with these girls. Yes, call me childish if you want, but we're men. Who wants to be stuck all day, right, on the computer when you're seeing outside gorgeous women or just people enjoying life? And especially if you're traveling to these like third world countries where maybe they're not as incentivized to work very hard, right? When you're in America, right, everybody's in like work mode, 24/7, work. But when you're in like these third world countries where if they make a couple bucks a day and they're happy with that, well, they stop working maybe after midday. Being in this type of environment where like everybody's like enjoying life, maybe not even pushing that much to like make something out of themselves, well, it affects you mentally. Even if you don't want to recognize it It affects you mentally. So that's a big reason why I don't like traveling 24/7, even if I can. Even if I could live here, I could. I earn enough money to be able to live anywhere I want. And if I want to live here in Michigan, I could. I can live like every weekend in a different freaking country if I wanted to. I don't do that because I know that it's gonna affect my mind. I want to be in vacation mode. The next thing I want to talk about is the lower standards of living. Since we're here in Mexico, let's just talk about that, right? It's way more affordable to live in Mexico than it is to live in the USA. Here, a one-bedroom apartment might cost you like $300-400 a month. That same one-bedroom apartment in the USA, even if it's in the middle of nowhere, it will still cost you at least $1,500, right? It's a dramatic decrease in standards of living here. Even when it comes to food, when it comes to drinks, when it comes to like tourism attractions, it's way more affordable in every aspect in Mexico, right? Likewise, if you're going to like Latin America, you're going to Asia, right? That's the reason why a lot of Americans go to like Cabos, right? Because they have way more buying power here. The standards of living are way cheaper here, but it also affects you mentally. And how does that affect you mentally, you may ask? When it comes to ambition, when it comes to mindset, if your rent's only $300-400 a month, your living expenses are like $500 a month. Maybe insurance or travel, let's say total expenses is like $1,500 a month, $1,500 a month. You're not gonna push yourself to earn way more than that because your basic necessities are met at such a low amount. So you start to get complacent, right? Let's say you don't hit $10,000. Let's say your goal is always $10,000 a month. Okay, you move to this type of country where freaking standards of living $1,500. You're living like a king. Let's say your business starts to like slowly decline, right? You're not really affected. Why? Because you're still living like a king even if you're making $3,000 a month. But take that same amount in the USA, you're like borderline poverty. These are things you gotta take into consideration how it affects you mentally. Just because, well, with lower standard of living, well, you have less ambition because you're already living like a king at $3,000 a month. That's the reason why I don't like to put myself in these type of environments, just because I know it'll affect my mindset. Yes, you can probably say, Raul, you probably have a weak mind. I can do this, right? Any man can do this. How can you not be ambitious anywhere? Guys, once you live abroad, that's when you truly know, like, fuck, Raul is right. If I don't need to earn that much money, why earn that much money? So that's the reason why I live also in Iowa. Like, my standards of living are so expensive there. I think I gotta make like at least $5,000 a month just to be able to, like, all my basic necessities are met. What does that mean? I know I have to make way more money, and it pushes me, right? It creates ambition in me. And I love that. Living here, do you think I wanna push myself? And I'm also surrounded with people making freaking $500 a month, right? Max, right? And they're living like kings as well. Like if I'm surrounded with people making $500 a month, you think I'm gonna want to push myself? Of course not. It's just like these things are you gotta take in consideration when it comes to like your mentality. A lot of people are looking at me. Am I too handsome today? I don't know. Oh yeah, what was the next thing I wanted to talk about? My bad. Oh yeah, lack of stability. The moment you start traveling a lot, well, obviously it's gonna disrupt your routine. Let's say you're a digital nomad, you do this full time. Every month you're traveling to a new country. I don't know. Right now it's December. We're in Mexico. Next month, if say I get bored, if I wanted to, I can go to Italy, whatever it is. The problem with moving so much, also it creates a lack of stability. With the lack of stability, well, you really can never create a routine for your life. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's working on your business, there's always notion of unknown just because you're traveling so much. You cannot know what to expect the next month because next month then you're starting something new again. And this isn't very healthy when it comes to building a business. You need to build a routine, right, to build a business. You gotta have known, okay, I'm gonna work from this time to this time, 6-7 days a week. Okay, I know I'm gonna be here, no distractions. No, when every freaking month you're traveling, you can't build a business like that, or you can't get in shape when you do that. That lack of stability that comes with, I guess, traveling all the time really affects your business, just because you really have no time to create a routine, create something for yourself when you're traveling every freaking month. If you think about it, the biggest businesses in the world weren't built while their founders were on freaking vacation mode 24/7 traveling every part of the world. Right, for a period of time, they locked in one place. They called one place like their home base. Whether that home base is the USA, whether that home base is Brazil, or whether it's Italy, they locked in for a period of time and a certain location to like build something for themselves. Don't take my word for it. You can just study the founders, right? The mega businesses, right? If you want to make something yourself, you gotta like select the place as a home base to be able to like create that routine. If you never lock in one place, you continue to travel every freaking month, you can't build something like that, guys. You can't build something like that. The next thing I want to talk about is, goddamn, it's starting to get very hot here. I need a water bottle. I don't drink no more, guys. FYI, I don't drink. I am in the beach, and it sucks. It feels weird because like I stopped drinking about a year and a half ago, and now that I'm here, it just like feels so weird. So the only thing I can really drink is water. So whatever it is. Next thing I want to talk about is when you're in this type of environment where everybody's in vacation mode, everybody's drinking. Okay, now that we're talking about drinking, right? A big issue I face while traveling 24/7, new country every freaking month. Even though I had a good business going, right? I guess I had so many distractions in my life. Now that we're here on vacation, but everybody's drinking their freaking pina coladas or margaritas, what happens with that? Well, you start to get affected. You say, one drink's not gonna affect me. 2 drinks isn't gonna affect me. 3 drinks, 4 drinks. You're like 10 drinks in and you're fucked, right? And you go home at 5 in the morning and you're like, God damn it. I had a sales call and I missed it because I was all hungover, right? This starts to get to you. I'm telling you guys this from experience. I traveled, I lived this digital nomad lifestyle for years, right? Every month, every week, I got bored. I went to a new country, new city, whatever it is. And with every new city, you wanted to explore, you wanted to drink, you wanted to party, you want to meet the woman there, or if you're a woman, you want to meet the man there. And it's like a downward spiral. You start to live like a life of debauchery just because you're like, you only live once. I'm only in this city for a couple of days. I'm only in this country for a couple of weeks. I might as well enjoy the country, enjoy whatever it is. So what happens, right? It starts to create unhealthy habits. Let's start drinking every day. Let's start partying every day. Let's start going to the freaking beach every day. Let's start going on Tinder swiping. Let's go a bunch of different dates to see different women, right? So you start to go on a downward spiral. And that happened to me, guys. I almost died from drinking and driving. That's a big reason why I gave up alcohol for a period of time. I'm not sure when I'm gonna drink again. When I'm gonna continue living don't get me wrong, once I make it in life, once I'm able to give my family the best in their life, I'm gonna start living the digital nomad lifestyle because I love it. But right now, in the period I'm at right now, I want to build something big first. Where I'm way past $10,000 a month, right? The peak where everybody wants to like achieve so I can live everywhere in the world. I'm already way past that. But that's not my goal. My end goal is $100,000 a month. Once I make that, okay, I'll feel okay. At least I built something for myself. Or if I go down a fucking downward spiral, at least I make it $100,000 a month. Who the fuck makes that? That's the reason why I will get back to this, but who knows when. For the time being though, I want to lock in. I guess the last thing I really want to talk about is lack of long-term focus. When your lifestyle revolves around when's the next adventure, when's the next country, it's easy to lose sight of the long-term vision and get stuck in a cycle of temporary thrills instead of real progress. When you travel every month to a new country, well, you can't create long-term goals because your goals revolve around what's the next country I'm going to go to, what are the next adventure I'm going to do, who am I going to be in that country, what bars I'm going to hit. You can't build something out of a month-to-month lifestyle. If you have big dreams, you have big goals, living in the beach isn't going to be healthy, isn't going to be productive to achieving those goals. And it deviates you from your original goal. Maybe your goal is to retire your parents. Maybe your goal is to build the next, I don't know, Amazon. Let's say you have the ability to travel abroad 24/7, but is that really going to help you, I guess, get to your goals when the environment you're in isn't productive for your growth and when you're living a month-to-month lifestyle? How can you build a long-term vision when your short-term vision sucks? So I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to digital nomad. You live life as there's no tomorrow. And don't get me wrong, that's not bad either, right? Because we don't know if tomorrow is here, right? Well, maybe I die today, tomorrow, fuck. All right, maybe I'm gone tomorrow and I should have maybe enjoyed life a bit more. But if you really want to create something, you want to leave your impact in this world, living a month-to-month lifestyle isn't gonna do it. It's gonna distract you from your main goals. And like I said, it's easy to go down that downward spiral. You can say, yes, I'm tough, right? Who isn't tough? But if you're facing an uphill battle, you're eventually gonna give in, cave in, and get distracted like I did for many years. People told me the glamorous. Nobody told me about the negative, the downfalls of living that lifestyle. Now, like I said, if your goal is just to freaking make a couple $1,000s a month, you don't give a fuck about your impact in the world, you don't give a fuck about your parents, that's fine. Do you live this life? And to a certain extent, maybe you're right. We only live once. Fucking hell. We don't know what if tomorrow is here, right? We take life for granted at times. Sometimes I better take I guess enjoy life. But if you really want to create an impact in this world, maybe retire your parents, maybe build something big, maybe have a massive home, have a Lamborghini, a mansion, you gotta lock in for a period of time. Have one place as a home base. That's what I'm planning to do. I'm gonna lock in for a period of time. I'm not sure for how long more. There's nothing going on in Iowa, no distractions, so that's a perfect place to focus myself as a home base. Your home base might be Brazil. Maybe you have a stronger mentality than I do, right? You're able to like avoid distractions, not go to the beach all the time like I did. But for me, that's what works for me, right? Brazil doesn't work for me. Look, in conclusion, living a digital nomad lifestyle will offer freedom that you can't get back at home. But it also affects your long-term progress, your long-term growth. It's better to focus now on stability, having structure, having a routine in your life before you start endless exploration. The thrill of living like a king abroad might sound enticing. You only make a couple $1,000s a month and you're living like a king with that money abroad. Are you really a king when your mom is working 100 hours a week? These are things that you gotta really take in consideration before you go and do that digital nomad lifestyle that you may not deserve yet. But who's to say in the future? once you've made something of yourself. Once I get to $100,000 a month, then I'll consider being a digital nomad again. And I know it's only a matter of time, so I'm not too worried. I'll be able to live this life again, but this time I won't be alone. I'll be the people I love with the most. My little brother, mom, dad. But first I gotta lock in, because I want to be able to give my parents, my loved ones, also these experiences that come with being a digital nomad. I don't want to live a digital nomad lifestyle myself. I did that, it's lonely. I'd rather live a digital nomad lifestyle with my loved ones. All right, it's time to enjoy the beach. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.